Hello everyone, this is CJ with Cycletron. Today I want to talk about winter motorcycle riding. But first, thanks to all of you who've been supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I live in the central Midwest here in the States and I ride year-round. But there's some things you should keep in mind about winter riding that took me many years to learn. The reason why I ride year-round is I love riding and I can't bear to be off my bike for any extended period of time. Also, there are many benefits to regularly riding your bike throughout the year, such as keeping your riding skills fresh and keeping your bike in good working order. But it definitely takes more planning to account for some of the safety challenges that winter riding presents. Also, if you ride year round, there'll still be times where you get unseasonably great weather. Like today, I'm riding in 75-degree weather in early November, and I know a lot of guys who've already put their bikes away for the winter. Besides, this may be one of the best times to try and minimize your time indoors this winter anyway. First of all, you'll need to have the appropriate gear for riding in cold temperatures. If it is a sunny winter day, I can still take 20-30 minute trips even when the temperatures are in the mid-20s, with the right gear, that is. For those of you who live in warm climates, you're fortunate you don't have to mess around with all these extra riding precautions. For me, the riding gear for winter riding includes long underwear and multiple layers over my chest. I also used a heated jacket liner and something to cover my neck like a scarf, tucking the ends inside my jacket so I don't get hung up on anything, or some other type of neck cover. If you keep the trunk of your body warm and you cover exposed skin, you'll be good to go. So you got to watch out for hypothermia and frostbite. You'll also want to have thick motorcycle riding gloves because your hands, if they get too cold, will have a hard time manipulating the clutch and brake controls. I've had bikes with heated grips, which are nice, but it's more psychological than a physical benefit. The heated grips don't really work well in cold temperatures because you're going to be wearing thick winter gloves, which are going to insulate your hands from the heated portion of the grip anyway. For me, heated motorcycle seats are a real luxury and they work way better than heated grips. I've got this heated touring saddle on my Street Glide Special and it's fantastic. The next thing you want to watch out for is hitting patches of ice. If you ride after there's been a period of snow, even when the road is clear, you could have snow melt, run onto the road and refreeze overnight. You can also have the case where this ice melts throughout the day, except for areas of the road that are in shadow. I try to avoid sides of the road that are in shadow. I'm extra careful if I ride in cold temperatures first thing in the morning. Sometimes you get ice on the roads from in-ground sprinklers that run early in the morning and then freeze. And those sprinklers should have been winterized by now, but they don't always get around to it. From a planning standpoint, I don't go on long distance rides in the winter where I could possibly get caught by a big storm with freezing rain or snow. I also pay close attention to the weather forecast so I don't get caught in a fast-moving, intense storm, even on short trips. Also, with winter riding, you have to deal with potholes. Potholes are formed when ice lenses in the road subgrade cause deterioration of the pavement that is accelerated by passing vehicles. Most of these potholes develop over the winter and usually aren't repaired until the warmer temperatures arrive in the spring. Last winter, I narrowly avoided going into about a 12-inch deep pothole at 45 miles an hour. I swear that pothole hadn't been there the day before. The other thing you have to watch out for where I live is sand and salt that they dump on the road when there's snow or freezing rain. This stuff tends to accumulate in the snow that packs under the wheel wells and fenders, and the stuff drops off at intersections. The vehicles are stopped, and they form big piles right at intersections, which you don't want to be accelerating hard or braking hard coming into an intersection when the stuff's on the road. Uh, they say you should ride like you're invisible to other drivers, but this is even more true during the winter. Only a small fraction of bikers ride year-round where I live, and motorists won't expect to see anyone on a bike that time of year. When I ride in the winter, I'm happy if I can get out at least once a week on my bike. I mean, I'll go on short trips to the grocery store or bank, anything that'll get me out of the house for 20 minutes to a half hour. So for all these little short trips or infrequent trips, a tank of gas might last over a month. Uh, it's hard to avoid ethanol blended gas in the Midwest where I live. And so also with the gas setting in the tank for a long period of time, the more volatile fractions will evaporate off and cause the gas to get thick, which can cause clogging of injectors or carbs. So in the winter, every time I top off with a full tank of gas, I add fuel stabilizer to it. And I find it's cheaper to buy these stabilizers at auto parts stores versus the bike dealers. Um, one drawback to winter riding I hate is getting road salt on my bikes. This salt can cause a lot of corrosion since bikes aren't really rust proofed and they don't have stainless fasteners for the most part for corrosion resistance. So if I can, I'll wait until the salt's been washed away by a heavy rain. Otherwise, I'll be sure to clean and detail my bike within a day of riding if it's been exposed to salt. The plan that I have this winter is to ride my Copart Special. It's my 600R that I restored from salvage. In the winter, if there is salt on the road, as opposed to getting salt on my Street Glide Special. I know people who do this, with the second bike, refer to the second bike as a beater bike. I mean, if I didn't have the option of riding a less valuable bike over the winter, I'd still ride my main bike since its value is going to depreciate each year anyway. I might as well get some use out of the bike for that depreciation. Well, those are my tips for winter riding. I'd be interested in any ideas or techniques you've developed to keep riding year-round. Thanks a lot, and please like and subscribe.